So I haven't done one of these videos in a while. It's not fitness advice today. This is just my boring life story for those people who want to hear it. I've had a few people ask me about it, so I thought, why not? Anyway, episode 1, if you missed it, watch it. It was about how I opened a supplement shop, and I learned so many lessons doing it. Mainly the graft, mainly signing a lease, mainly sorting little things out here and there. And it's a lot more than just, I've got an idea, let me use this, let me open a business, let me buy some product. Are people gonna come? Are your friends gonna support you? Are your family members gonna support you? Is it easy to get money? Is it easy to make money? Are you paying yourself a wage? There's so many things to unpack that nobody can really teach you these things. The only way you can actually learn anything about business is actually to open a business yourself and fail at it. Because if you get good at business, this is a bit of a weird one, but if you're really good at business, you're not going to learn the lessons. That's the reality of it. So you have to have businesses and you have to be bad at business. That's the main thing. Now, I'm not saying be bad at business. I'm just saying you don't really learn many lessons when you are very successful. And for those people that are very successful early on, then, credit to you, bro, because I wasn't. It took me a very long time in order to not look at an energy bill, to look at you look at, I don't want to sound like anything over here, but one of the big things for me was when a bill came through the door. As long as it wasn't a piss take, like £1,000, and you knew if the energy bill was £100, £200, £300, you didn't mind paying it. It was okay. You just knew it was there. It has to get paid anyway. It's one of those things. That was a big turning point in my life. When you go to Tesco or when you go shopping, for those people not watching in the UK, I'm not even in the UK myself right now. I know I need ketchup, okay? I need ketchup. I'm gonna eat ketchup. I'll just get the biggest one available. I'm just gonna buy it and put it in the basket. I don't care if it's 2 for 1. I don't care if it's buy one, get one half price. I'm not bothered about those things, okay? If I go and I look at the dessert section, the price on the dessert is not gonna dictate which one I should have. If I want cookies and I think, I wonder what these taste like, but I also like them as well, I'm gonna decide which one to have, but I can't get both because that would be a little bit silly because I know I'm not gonna eat them all, but you know what, I'll just get them both. So in order for me to get to that level financially was a big turning point in my life. I worked hard for it. And I just wanted to just be able to do that. It sounds very stupid, it sounds very silly, but it was a big thing for me to just go in and my daughter saying, can I get something? I'm like, yes, you're allowed. 1 thing today, 2 things today. Depending on how I feel, that's just the way I do it. I don't spoil her. Okay, you can get 1 thing. I don't care what it is, you can go and get it. I know what she's gonna pick. What's the most expensive thing she's gonna pick? £30, £40. Nothing's for 50 quid for kids and stuff. It just doesn't work like that. You get what I'm trying to say? So those things, for me, I know it sounds small to most people, and many of you are probably at that level, or many of you probably aren't at that level. Everyone's different. So it might not be for everybody, but for me, that was a big thing. Bills was a big thing. Buying stuff was a big thing. And then obviously, when you go out, it's like, I'm going to eat out today. Where am I going to eat? Just eat out, bro. Just go and eat out. I don't want to buy groceries. I don't want to do the shopping. I don't want to cut the cucumber. I don't want to cut the onions. I don't want to get the pan ready. I don't want to clean the pan, add the butter, add the egg. I don't want to do all of that stuff. I know what I want to eat. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go eat it. And this is why I'm really good at this, because you name me another person who's healthy, in shape. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see if I'm in shape? I don't know. Anyway, I'm in shape. Healthy, in shape, and eats out every single day, and has done for the past 10 years. I've done that. That's just what I've done. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know. I'll eat out and I'm healthy. I'm going to share blood work with you very soon. I got some blood work done recently. I'm going to share that with you in a complete separate video. It's a bit more in-depth, that video. And I'm going to show you just exactly how good the blood work is. And a lot of you will be surprised. And do not come at me with your science in the comments. I'll delete it. Actually, I don't ever delete any comments. But yeah, you can come at me. But you know what I'm trying to say. The point is, I'm good at what I do. And if you're a client of mine, please comment down below and let everybody else know how it helps you with your blood markers, with your health, with stuff like that, just with your mental well-being about, do you know what? I don't need to count calories no more. I don't need to eat out cardboard. I don't need cardboard as well. I don't need out of plastic tubs or cardboard tubs. I don't need meal prep. I'm going here today, I'm going there tomorrow. I'm going to go and eat what I want. To a degree, Faddy's already taught me what to eat. I've got an all-inclusive holiday. Faddy's taught me what to eat. Anyway, sorry for going off on a complete separate tangent there, but I was talking about finances there for a second, because this is a kind of a finance-related video. So I'd work in the doors, and the opportunity got put to me by a friend of mine. I don't know if he watches me. I'm sure he watches my videos. I'm not going to mention his name or anything like that, because it's just not right. He opened a gym that I used to train at, and it was a very spitting sawdust, hardcore bodybuilding gym. I mean, it was like as hardcore as it gets. I'm talking like if you're in the UK and the winter months come and you touch that bar and you know your hands are going to stick to that bar, that's how cold it used to be. And it used to be colder inside than it was outside. I'm talking about those kind of gyms that was like so small, like literally, like how big was this gym? If I was to put like, if you guys know about square foot, it was probably, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, no more than 500 square feet. No more than 500 square feet. It was that small, this gym. Like you could literally, the level of my voice right now could be heard all over the gym. Not with the music playing, obviously, but if I was to speak to somebody at the other side of the gym, I'd just have to speak like this. Yes, mate, did you go outside there? Yeah, mate, I was there, mate. Yeah, good, nice one. See you later, pal. That's it, good. That's the volume I needed to speak to the guy right down the other end. That's how small the gym was. Never had many members, and I used to love that gym, and that's where I kind of started my training, the proper training. So this guy used to see me, I was a young lad at the time. I was 19, 20-ish coming on, and I used to work the doors and stuff like that. So I was like, wanting to get into the whole, I want to get big, I want to be a bodybuilder. Because back in those days, it's not like it is now. Back in those days, if you did security, if you were a doorman, you were an ex-bodybuilder, a bodybuilder, or wanting to be a bodybuilder. They were the three categories. There was no in-betweens, bro. If you were a doorman back then, you know what I'm talking about. And this is like the early 2000s, so you know exactly what I mean. I remember getting my badge from the council, going to the Sheffield City Council, getting a badge, and they give you this little slip. It was £35 for the year, that was it. That was the badge. Then the SIA door came in, and when SIA came in, they used to do criminal background checks, and that was when 90% of the doormen just had to quit because, well, they got forced to leave because they had criminal records. So those days, if you had a criminal record, you were a doorman. That's kind of the way it was. But anyway, so I was a doorman at the time. And this gym, again, I'm not going to go over what happened. There was a situation that happened with the owner. And he was like, look, I really can't run this anymore. There's a situation that's cropped up. And it wasn't financial at all for this guy. And he was like, you're a good kid. If you fancy buying it, this is the price. And I was like, you know what? I've got a little bit of money saved up. It seems kind of good. I mean, if I wanted to pick my dream job, it would be standing behind that counter right now. So yes, let me see how I can get the money together. Let me see how I can do it. I'm going to try and figure this out. Let's see what happens. So I got a friend of mine and I said to him, look, bro, I ain't got to pee. I ain't got that kind of pee anyway. But I've got a bit of money. Do you want to put in? I'm going to run it. You don't have to do much. I'm already into this game anyway. It's going to work. This is what it's turning over. This is what it's making. And I've had a little bit of stint at business. You know what I mean? I'm quite a businessman myself. I've had an unsuccessful supplement shop that I've opened just up the road from here. So I'm ready to go again. This is how crazy I was back in those days because I wasn't reading no books. I wasn't listening to no audiobooks. This was just me and my own thoughts. I never had any business-minded people around me, anyone to guide me, any mentors, any YouTube. There was no Google. Nothing like that was available at the time. I couldn't even Google how to open a business. Literally couldn't even do it. So there was nothing going on those days. Anyway, point is, says to my friend, he goes, you know what, I'll be able to put up this amount of money. Whatever you've got, I'll be able to put it up. I was like, okay, cool. We were short about $5,000. So I spoke to the owner, I said, listen, dude, we're short a little bit. But if it's doing what you're saying it's doing, within 3 months we'll be able to pay you off, right? He goes, yeah. I go, well, if you're confident that it's doing that, how about I pay you in 3 months? He went, no problem. Shook my hand, boom, it was done, bro. Simple as that. I got the keys to the gym, paid the guy the money, no lease, nothing signed, none of that. Just basic. This is what, no lease between me and him. I just had the lease for the tenancy for where I was. I was like, okay, I own this gym now. This is strange. This is the first gym ever that I owned. So I own this bodybuilding gym. All the equipment in there, every single thing in that building was mine. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. I want to move that there. I want to move that there. Every time I'm squatting, that's always hitting my back over there. So I'm going to move that there. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to get this. I had all these ideas. Nobody told me. This is from me going into that gym, training at that gym, and I just knew that I could always better that gym. Any gym I walk into, any gym in the world I walk into, I have a mind where I can better that gym. I don't do it. It's not my business no more. I don't care about that anymore. I wouldn't even go to the owner and say, you know, you can do this and change that, because they probably wouldn't know who I am and they probably don't care anyway. And when they're the owner of the gym, why are they going to listen to me? And to be honest with you, I did think about starting a consultancy firm for businesses, for gyms. Then I thought, you know what? I'm not really that passionate about gyms anymore. I'm more passionate about people. And I have developed this skill, this particular set. I'm talking like I'm from that Taken movie now. No, this particular diet, this skill set that just so happened landed in my lap by the grace of God. Somehow God just sent me this diet plan and said, this is your key to the world. Share it with everybody. I thought, okay. Started sharing it with everybody. No one listened. So I'll tell you what, I'll start charging everybody for it now. And people started paying attention. That's what I do. But no, honestly, I have developed something that is very unique. And that's why I don't do the gym game. That's why I'm not consulting gym owners and making them help them grow their business and all that kind of stuff. I know what I have is very special. And those clients that I have, they're very special. They know what I have is special. And that's why they paid. It's not very expensive. This is not an advert. Link is in the description if you're interested. Anyway, onto the business. So I had this gym now. I'm thinking, okay, this is amazing. I've got this gym. What do I do with it? Literally 2-3 months later, we paid the dude off. Everything's good. No, not bad. Business is good as it can be. And the landlord at that time, this was my first kind of like hit of business when I'm thinking, whoa, I didn't expect this to happen, but it did. The landlord came in. He was an oldish fella. I forgot his name actually now. And you know, at the time, I probably thought, what a prick. But now, I'm like, not in his position, but like I'm the other guy. I can kind of understand the way things are sometimes. You know, inflation happens, it is what it is. I'm more of a nicer guy. I would have probably still said to the young 20-year-old guy who had that business, listen, dude, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm not going to put the rent up on you. But this guy was like, look, inflation's happened, blah, 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 rent's going up. I was like, I don't know, rent's going up, is it? Yeah. My friend at the time actually had a unit. He said, you know what, we've already got a unit. Why don't we just move into that unit and pay the rent to my family? I was like, you know what, that kind of makes sense, helps him out, helps me out as well. So the gym wasn't there for long, but I did learn a couple of lessons from that. And what I did learn is when I stood behind that counter, a lot of people automatically gave me respect because I was a person of authority now. And that's how it worked. So there were guys in there that were like rough and tough and like the old school dormant bodybuilding kind of guys. Like I was explaining to you, I used to work the doors with. I got a lot of respect from being a kid working the doors. And when you have a couple of scraps here and there and you get a black eye or you have a fight, you know, that's how you earn your stripes in the game. Is the way it is. And I remember being the owner of that gym thinking, you know what? These guys are 35, 40, what my age now, 50, 60. And they're coming to me and conversating with me while I'm stood at the counter. And it was so interesting hearing their stories and listening to them. I thought, you know what? This is not... No, they're 20-year-olds are in that situation or in that position. I never realized it at the time. It only occurred to me a little bit afterwards thinking, wow, I'm picking up on every single life story. I'm listening to these guys. I'm asking them questions. I didn't know at the time that this was happening, but I was learning, absorbing so much. Oh, so you've got a little bit of money. So your goal is to live abroad most of the time. Okay, so rich people move abroad. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I get it. And look,